My wife of almost 5 years has been cheating on me, and I just found out today. I met her in college, and I honestly fell in love right away. We had a wonderful relationship for almost a year, then she breaks up with me, telling me she cheated on me and couldn't handle it. I stayed around our college town for work. About the time we were 28, she gave up her lease, job, boyfriend, and moved back and stayed with her mom in the next town over just to get a chance at me again. I knew she could be trouble. She was, and I think even now, still way more stable than she was in college. She'd gone through a lot before I ever met her. It's understandable to be unstable. She maintains that she was terrified of how real our love was the first time and lied to me about cheating to break up with me. That sounded believable. Still does somehow. Regardless, whether it's true or not. I had a feeling I wouldn't be able to resist her when she sent me a message asking if I would be at a mutual friends gathering. I was right. She moved in a few months later, and we got married 3-ish years after that. I've been deeply in love. I decided at first that I have to assume she had changed, and the best way to give this relationship a chance was to completely forgive and forget what happened the first time. Even though it destroyed me, especially because it destroyed me. I didn't want to be a total pushover, so I told myself I would give her a second chance. Like it's the first until she told me a big lie or cheated on me. I did well with that. Starting last fall, she's been asking on and off to get me to try poly with her. She had someone at work that she liked and didn't think she was built to be mono. I had trouble with the idea, but we read and researched, and I decided to give dating a round to try too with her permission. Neither of us slept with our partners then. It didn't end well. I discovered I can only love one person at a time. We hurt each other and our other partners, and we closed our relationship. We were able to become a happy couple soon after. To me, at least 3 weeks ago, we got back from a long vacation out of the country. It was a little rough on our relationship for a few reasons, but nothing infidelity related. I saw a text or two fly by on her phone, but didn't read them. I figured it was the old guy from last fall. They were still trying to be friends, but don't work together anymore as of January. Nothing to worry about. Last week, she said she found an old friend and wanted to reconnect and reopen the poly talk as well. I said we can take it slowly, and I know it won't work for me to do it. I was thinking through how I can try to gentle being mono with her poly. So I had to think about it, but being friends and talking is fine. Some small things she said and did started to not add up. She had gone to hang out with him, but only like once, but that didn't seem right. She told me she'd only seen him twice since we first talked about him. Turns out Google Maps had her going to see him a few times a week since we got back from vacation. I confronted her with this yesterday. She had lied about a few major things about their relationship to not hurt me, but it wasn't life-shattering. I was hurt and was going to have trouble trusting her, but we could work through it. No poly, no sleeping. Trust first. I asked to see her text to confirm, and she said she had deleted everything because it might hurt me too. Okay, well, that's suspicious. Never delete text again, please. Today, I asked her more about it. Direct questions about the guy and the contents of the texts. The story shifted a bit from last night. Then I told her, I think I can recover her texts if she would give me her phone. That's when more lies. All the lies I hope came to light, including things she had just said. Yes, she had been sleeping with him. At least since we got back from vacation. She didn't even use a condom. That was a long, painful conversation. Turns out, I couldn't recover the text, but I have enough things admitted to get the picture. She loves him, but she also loves me. I'm her whole life and he's not much. Tonight, I finally said I want her to cut contact with him. Her emotional response tells me she loves him strongly. She didn't agree to cut in contact, but says she wouldn't delete texts again. Tomorrow, I'm going to compare her phone texts to carrier logs to see if she deleted anything, and I will also try to recover her Facebook chats. I won't read any further back than last night because I don't understand how much damage I can do to myself that way. I think she has deleted texts tonight and last night. We'll see. I still think we're soulmates. We might not be compatible. We might not be able to exist together without causing too much pain, but still mates. If he really is poly and not just damaged and in need of therapy, this won't work no matter how hard we try, and it'll break both of our hearts. If she isn't, there is a ton of work to do. I have barely slept for 3 days. I haven't gotten much done at work yesterday, took half a day today. I have the weekend to get myself to the point where I'm not randomly bawling and can work. What the F do I do? We tried to call and schedule a counseling session, but haven't gotten a time yet. I don't know how I'm going to survive till then if she's still lying to me. So what's first aid in this situation? How do I get on the right road to recovery for myself? How do I forgive her if she's still lying? How do I not test this relationship apart before we even get to a counselor? Alright, time for some comments. 678-999-8212 says, my best advice to you is that if you want to stay with her and work through this, unfortunately, you need to be prepared to eat crap sandwiches for the rest of your life. This woman wants it all. She's not happy with just you, as rough as that sounds, but she's made it extremely clear. This won't end. I hate to be negative about it, but you've already given her the benefit of the doubt and gave a second chance, and this is the newest disaster she creates. What's next? Surviving infidelity is only possible when two people want it to happen. She seems like she's all talk and no good action. One bad shot says, I tell all of my friends to divorce their wives immediately after she asks for an open poly relationship. Either she has already picked out your replacement or she has had sex with him and wants retroactive permission. Your wife does not love you. You are her backup plan if the new guy won't commit. Stop accepting second place in your wife's heart. Kick her out now. No argument, no discussion. Just her and her crap out on the street. She is not a safe partner for you. She is not your wife and she is not your friend. She is your opponent in a divorce lawsuit, so start treating her as such. And there's an update. Here's what happened. D-Day +1, I did look up phone records and she had deleted more texts. I confronted her, and long story short, she grabbed her pistol from the safe and threatened to kill herself, pistol in hand. I talked her down, got her calmed down, and she took a nap. Calm and refrained. I called her dad and told him about the threat and some of what caused it. I look up to him as a second father, and he's been there for her. The only other time she threatened this. He's also been on both sides of the cheating thing. So he came over and we all talked for a few hours. All good. He didn't take her side or anything, but he did lay a lot of stuff out plain. She's gonna have to try her hardest for as long as it takes to regain my trust, love, etc. And no matter what I decide to do, it's a big enough situation and decision that I will always look back and wonder what if. I decided to wait on making my decision until I'd calmed down a bit. I told myself I'd take a month. I did not want to look back on this decision, staying or leaving in 5 years, and think it was made hastily. We signed up for couples therapy and went into fairly intensive therapy. And eventually, I also found a therapist for myself. Yeah, all that can get expensive. But good insurance does wonders. During the next few weeks, she had a few major missteps. She asked if she could still see him, talk to him. I became more and more convinced that she had to cut all ties, and for a while, she resisted that. She mailed a fair partner's key back to him with a letter that I never got to read. What part of no contact did you not understand? About 2 weeks after D-Day, she had started to put in real effort. She was doing more around the house. Things that I didn't even ask her to do. Trying everything she could to make amends. She was doing well an hour in her therapy sessions. We were reading books together, doing research, doing homework. We watched new shows together, holding hands from different chairs when I was comfortable with that. Instead of being on the couch together. But it's like you're at halftime in a football game and you're down 49-0. You could play the best second half imaginable and still not be able to win this game. And I told her that. I still couldn't trust her. I still was in pain. The worst part was I could see the path to working through all that. At the end of the month I gave myself, the thing that made my decision was this. I promised myself that if she ever lied or cheated on me again, I would leave her. She cheated on me. And if I don't leave her now, I'll never be the person I thought I was. I will never have the spine I thought I had. So I told her at the end of July last year that I couldn't do it. I wanted a divorce. I had already talked to a lawyer, knew how things could go either way, and was fairly protected if things went south. They never did. We weren't quite married 5 years at this point, so no chance for her to get alimony. No kids, so no child support or custody. There was no fighting about who gets what. I know she cheated on me, but I did not have any desire to punish her beyond what me leaving her would do. I told my lawyer. I wanted to split things 50-50 unless she got nasty. And she didn't fight that at all. She didn't even get her own lawyer. To her, this was the dream life she had screwed up, and she, to this day, hopes I heal and probably hopes one day we'll get back together. By September, we had an agreement signed for how money and assets would be split, including agreements to allow us to see other people before the court date. I kept the house and paid her out by taking a personal loan for about $20,000. Paid back over 5 years. Last fall was a bit rough. I've never lived alone. Without family, roommates, girlfriends, pets, nothing. I had an entire life plan for us that is now in shambles, but she has nothing. Living with her mom, working part-time at a grocery store, with huge student loans that never really got her a profession. She told me around Christmas to tell my family she still loves them. And some of her family called to tell me the same. I still, even a year later, believe that she wholeheartedly loved and loves me. That she realized I was the best thing and she screwed it all up. And now a year later, that's the part that still hurts the most. That it was all genuine, that she did screw up, but it was not some devious intentional. I'm gonna trade up and screw this guy. He's just giving me food and shelter till then situation. But I can do better. I don't have to throw away another 5 years of my life, hoping she doesn't screw up again. I am worth more than that, and I found someone that agrees. We've been dating since last fall. I really tried to be solo for at least 6 months, but this one just fell out of the sky on me. I guess the universe provides sometimes. June 1, 2020, we had our final court appearance over WebEx. Thanks, COVID. And I'm totally free and clear, divorced, and dating, and in love, and with a newly reinforced backbone of my own making. So thanks, everyone. The advice you gave, I didn't want to hear it. I needed to hear it. I needed to disagree so I could find my own way, and I can always look back on how I handled last year and shake hands with those decisions and that version of me. My advice to anyone going through the same is this. Whatever decisions you're facing, imagine a year from now looking back on those decisions. Will they still feel right, or will they feel rushed too quick to anger? Or will they be weak, spineless, untrue to yourself? And now a couple of quick comments. Dark Angle 14 says, her cheating had nothing to do with you because if the relationship was so bad, there are near an infinite number of healthy ways to do so. The reality is infidelity is rarely the product of unmet needs. Instead, it is a product of desire, opportunity, and situation, lack of commitment, lack of communication, low self-esteem, self-centeredness, and the excitement of novelty. She wanted to feel special, and the only way to do that is by sex and attention. All this is to satisfy her fragile ego. Lump Butt Cat says, you know, in a strange way, I think your decisiveness and self-confidence did her a service. I think she needed to grow up and now understands the true meaning of ownership and consequences. Perhaps she made her better. As for you, best of luck. And so happy to hear you're in a good place. Dark Angle 14 wanted to chime in one more time. This happens all the time. She never really thought he was going to leave her. Think about it. When he gave her a second chance, did she become a better person then? Nope. Just got it better at lying. She definitely had a chance to win it back. He could have coped had she made a drastic change and truly cut off all contact with her lover the first time that he found out. The problem is she try now when it's too late. Now she will start trying to give him her best. Now she will start treating you with love and respect. Now she will start acting like a real wife. She should have done that when he married her, not after she cheated.